Hello and welcome back to Closing Bell on a Monday, and the tech sell-off is still ongoing. It was around about last week Thursday when I showed my video on where is the bottom barrel, and I noticed the head and shoulder trend going on then, and I was hoping that I'm 100% wrong. It's not here about proving right or wrong, but from the data it looks like the sell-off is imminent. At the moment as it stands, it's about 300 points lost on the Nasdaq just now, sitting at about 12,600 points. And from the chart I've shown previously that we have already broken the 100-day moving average, now going to the 150-day moving average. And if we really want to see the bottom barrel, if the sell-off is persistent, I think we may hit the 11,600 points. That's like another 1,000 points away, and that's like another 3 days of sell-off like today. I don't even know how I can stomach it, and it is not pleasant. It is not pleasant, and I'm sure it's very difficult for many newbie investors. And I just have to put my hand out and be honest. I think a lot of new investors from 2020 to 2021, more than half of people will actually leave the stock market if this sell-off is persistent. That's what it does to you. That's what a correction, a deep correction does. It's intended to do that, just to flush up new investors, to scare them away and never come back. But for those 50% of you guys actually stayed, and trust me, over your long-term investment, over the next decade or two, you'll make yourself worthwhile, and this will be an experience that you learn so much that you keep yourself in the game and you understand when to buy on the dip and when to sell on the high, and just control the emotion. As there was a study that's been done before on emotion of investing, because investing is not just risk management, it's really managing your emotion. And on days like dip, days like this, you actually feel 2 times even worse than when your stocks was at all-time high. Just picture yourself back in January when your stocks were all-time high, and you look at your stocks making so much money. Could you replace your day job? You felt so euphoric. You felt like you're on the moon. But in times like this, it's actually 2 times worse than that situation. So if I were you, if you were my brother, if you were my sister, I just tell, just hang on there, buy on the dip when you can. Don't sell the Tesla stock just now. That's all I can say. That's what I'm telling my kids. That's what I'm sharing with myself, my wife, as a family unit all together. And even stocks like SEA Limited, C Limited, doing really well, expanding in Mexico, expanding in Brazil. And when I look at the stock price at 210 today, I was going, what is going on? This stock should be at $300 stocks, because it's not easy to stomach anything just now. So it's difficult. So I just want to tell everybody just to hang in there. There's nothing much you can do. It's perhaps ruining your mood. You're not eating well today. It's affecting you. This is part of the cycle. This is part of a deep correction. I mean, back in March, all I can say is way worse. It's actually 4 times worse than where we are today. Back in March, during COVID-19 crash, it was way worse. I can explain to you how bad it was. When we get a recession, a real market crash, you'd be so scared to a point that you might not only lose money in the stock market, but potentially you might lose your job, potentially you might lose your house, potentially you might lose your car, you might not put food on the table. That is a real recession. That's a real market crash. This correction like this, what we're experiencing today, is just the food that we ate today trying to come on itself because of a bad mood. So in fact, we're a lot better in this type of correction because it's a healthy correction trying to pull back. And nobody can predict it, okay? If you told me if I can predict it, nobody could predict it. Everyone knew that it was overvalued, but nobody knew when it was time to pull out. If you ask me honestly, if I could turn back time when I was actually wanting to pull out, the time that I wanted to pull out was back in November. And you know, if I did pull back in November, I wouldn't get these gains I had today. So if I pulled back, I would have pulled my money out way too early and not even got in. Even if I got in today, it would just be the same and where back when I was in November. So all I can say is nobody can predict it. Don't kick yourself for doing it. Don't allow somebody else who's not in the stock market, perhaps a partner or a parent or your friend telling you, saying you could have pulled out a long time ago, it didn't. It's different for them because they're not putting their money in. They don't feel the emotion at all. They're not playing the game. So don't let get stirred you up. Just ignore it and walk away. That's all I can share. And the last thing you need is to get into arguments and fight with friends and family. That's the last thing you want to do for stock investment. And that's the last thing you have to do is fall out with a family member because of stock investing. So I just want to share that with you. Leave a comment below. If I can help and can answer anything, I will try my best to answer every single comment available. And just want to give you guys a high five, a hug, a virtual hug, just to say that, you know, you are not alone. everybody feels the same way. And guess what? To make you feel better, ARK Invest has dropped 30%. My portfolio dropped about 12-13%. It's not as bad. In fact, I'm beating ARK Invest. So you should be beating ARK Invest as well. You're doing better than Katie Wood. So feel good about yourself that you're not doing as bad as her. Imagine the stress that she has to go through, hoarding billions and billions of many people's money. She must be going through it like 25 times worse than us. Okay, so this is me on Closing Bell. I just want to keep it unscripted, raw, just share the real emotion out with you guys. And take care, everybody. Take care. Bye.
I hope you enjoyed that video.
Please like this video.
And subscribe to the channel.
Please press the bell button. Ding dong.
Finally, watch the recent video up here.